Hello gorgeous beings of light, this is Ma Ra with another quickie with a difference. I'm going to try and hold this steady out over this spectacular view I'm having at the moment. So today I want to talk to you about Satan and evil. Somebody wrote to me yesterday saying that Satan was taking over the world and there was all this evil happening. As a coincidence, about last week when I was packing up, I came across this wonderful quote that said, "Nobody is screwed until they start blaming someone else." And no, actually, I think it said, "Nobody is defeated until they start blaming someone else." But really, my version of that is, nobody is screwed until they start blaming someone else. Why? Because it doesn't matter whether it's Satan, whether it's evil, no matter what it is. Once you start to blame something outside of you for your lot in life, then basically you're just caught in the matrix and in the stuff. Is there evil happening in the world? Most likely. It doesn't happen in my world, but because I don't watch the news, I don't listen to the news, I don't do any of those things. And one of the greatest things you can do for yourself is let go of all of those things. You've got enough to deal with your day-to-day life, with your families, etc., other than listening to the news. They say actually if they forecasted just one positive 24 hours of just positive news, the vibration of the world would change overnight. But of course that's not going to happen, because while you have people in poverty and fear, then you have other people in power. So why do I think that it's not relevant or that it's not real? Because I believe that Satan and all of that is a made-up fictional thing to make you all live in fear. More than 2,000 years ago, when ancient times, we just lived in peace, prosperity and abundance. But once religion came in, it used to be 2,000 years ago, there was gods and goddesses. Now we live in a world of gods, and look at the bloody mess that the gods, the male species, are doing it. There are also too, if you can find the original writings of Jesus, there was a masculine energy and a feminine energy and your own divine spirit energy. That was the Holy Trinity. But now it's the Father, the Son and the Holy Ghost. You know, what the hell is that? And I'm not bagging anybody who's religious. If you believe in that, great. But I believe that you are all infinite God, goddesses within. And if you take that power back, if you take that power back within yourself, you will know that. You will absolutely know, and you will feel that power wake up inside of you. And when that beautiful, beautiful energy, that beautiful power wakes up inside of you, there is no evil there. There is no evil there. There is just pure source light pumping through the cells of your being. And that stuff, like the evil stuff and the crappy stuff that happens in your life, it's only happening because you are separate. You can see I'm moving my hand around passionately. It's making the video shake. It's only because you're separate from your divine I Am presence, from the pure God, goddess within you. I had a wonderful lady come for a one-on-one full day session with me last Friday. She's been around the traps doing spiritual stuff with all the big names, Tony Robbins, all of that sort of stuff. And she was still chasing a tail. She had come across a video of mine on YouTube, lots of free stuff there for those who are interested. She came across one of those, began to just listen to it every day and began to notice that things were shifting. And that's because I don't believe in that negative stuff. I only believe in the infinite, eternal, rich, abundant, gorgeous, gorgeous, sexy, radiant, powerful beyond measure, gorgeous, stunning being of light you really are. And I hold that vision for you in everything that I do. In this wobbly video that I'm doing at the moment, in any of those recordings I do. I'm trying to get that lovely tree there, isn't it spectacular? And, you know, in all of that stuff. And I hold that vision for you. And that's why when you listen to something of mine, even if I'm just rattling away like I am, you can still... it begins to raise your vibration up, because it begins to wake up that part of you that's buried underneath all the stories your parents told you that you weren't good enough, or what your teachers told you, or whatever. But every child is born perfect. Every child is born and is not filled with hatred, is not a racist, is not violent, is not murderous, is not evil. They learn those things from their environment. And this stuff of power over people has been going on, starting with religion and all sorts of things now. And, well, that bird just flew through my video, isn't that exciting? That's been going on for 2,000 years. And the only way we're going to step out of it is to drop that. So, no, I don't believe in Satan. No, I don't believe in evil. And that's not to say that evil things, because people come up and go, well, what about all the people who were raped? And, you know, I know all about that stuff. Trust me, I know all about that stuff from my childhood. But my life changed when I stopped trying to dig that stuff up and look at it and analyse it to death, which I did for nearly 2 decades. It stopped when I was just so upset one time. And I was so distressed. I'd cried for about 6 or 8 hours, and I screamed at God to come help me. And if they didn't come, I was going to find a gun and shoot myself. And an angel appeared at the foot of my bed and said, my name is Jeffrey with a J. If you're stumbling around in the dark, just turn the bloody light on. He may not have said bloody. I always think that he did, but I think that's the Aussie girl in me. And so that's changed my life. That's when I began to look for the light. And it was buried in me under bucket loads and bucket loads of poo. But as I began to live in the moment by moment, and brought forth the divine person I was within me, despite what everybody else around me was telling me, despite everybody telling me I was avoiding the past and all of that crap. But one day, you just keep living in this moment. Nothing's happening. Nobody's raping you or bashing you or doing anything to you in this moment. And if you hold that vision of that, right now in this moment, then you have the opportunity to let your light come up within you and shine. Now, this beautiful lady came and spent a day in my presence. By the end of the day, she couldn't even put into words the joy that she was feeling from having met her own soul. And then the very next day, she wrote to me saying, I've had a day of still feeling completely energized and completely connected to my soul. So if you want one of those days, we only have a few of them left, I would love to work with you if you'd like to do that. And if not, that's okay. Just keep listening to one of the videos. Let something, raise your vibration up. But stop listening to crap. Stop watching the news. Stop watching all the negative stuff in the world. And bring yourself into alignment with the infinite being of light you already are. You already are an infinite, eternal, rich, abundant, gorgeous, sexy, radiant, powerful, beyond measure being of light. Stop believing in make-believe fictional characters and believe in yourself. Believe in the power of God that exists within you. Alrighty. I love you. Namaste. Have a truly blessed day, and bye for now.